3.14 has been out to the PU for a week now, and many of you may be ready to hit up the next bit of content Star Citizen has to offer. Good news is that if you've not heard before, they're running events now pretty much every single weekend, starting off with the Nine Tails event, which is brand new of the 2 events they've got scheduled for this patch cycle, making it an amazing time to hop into Star Citizen if you're into combat and flying with friends. Plus, if you don't know, they're going to be starting a free fly on the 18th, so if you don't own the game, you're going to be able to try it for free starting then for about a week. I'm going to be working on a startup guide for those of you who are going to be new to the game around that time so that you can participate in this event more easily. But this video is more for those of you who already have the game or have been keeping an eye on it and maybe don't know that the events are actually running right now. So I wanted to bring you guys up to speed so you can get the most out of the event yourself. And don't forget, as always, if you like this video by the end and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to show your support. So first thing is that you may be curious about what the Nine Tails event actually is. In lore, the Stanton system is a relatively safe place, but it does have its more seedy locations where you're likely to run into pirates or to be interdicted. In this particular system though, there is one gang that stands out on top, the Nine Tails gang, which controls a big portion of the outlaw space that you'll find around Yella. And this gang has decided to step up their game by locking down a station within the system, restricting all quantum travel within the area and preventing traders from leaving. As a player, you'll have the chance to either defend the station, attack the station, or deliver cargo to support the station. In each case, you're going to be making a lot of money, having a lot of fun, and earning reputation with the respective faction you decide to side with. And so that makes this event a PvP focused event, though in my experience I didn't encounter too many players while playing the defensive side. As players band together to kill either pirates or security forces, the event will ramp up to an eventual crescendo where the Nine Tails capital ship, the Idris, arrives. Once you get to the big bad, it's time to make it go boom, and that is the end of the event. So all this sounds great, right? But what do you need to get started? Well, like I outlined in my multi-crew video, 3.14 has made multi-crew ships amazing. So my first recommendation to you if you want to participate is to hop into a multi-crew ship if you've got one, or to find a friend who does have one and hop on their turret, because they really are extremely good this patch with the way they've changed capacitors and how much DPS they output. If you're curious about what multi-crew ship might work best for you and a group of your buddies, I just made a video about the best multi-crew ships Star Citizen currently has to offer, so be sure to go and check that out here on the screen. But if you're one of those people who likes to go it solo, or maybe if you're new to the game and you've only got one ship and you don't have very many friends, don't worry, you can still participate because they've made great improvements from everything from starter ships like this Aurora all the way up to medium and heavy ships, meaning that you'll be able to make an impact even if you don't have somebody in your co-pilot seat, or if you don't have a co-pilot seat at all. I mean, look at how good this Aurora is in combat and arena commander against other players. Dang, they've made this thing a nice little ship. But if you're not really that into combat, but you still want to do something fun, good news is that the Nine Tails event also has a non-combat component to it, blockade running with cargo. If you choose this path, you'll be tasked with supplying the station that's under lockdown with much needed medical supplies, something I'll show you how to do a little bit later in this video. So now that you know what you need to participate, you're probably wondering how to participate. Well, first thing you gotta know about the event is it's not gonna be running 24/7. It's gonna be running for short periods of time throughout the weekend during peak hours. That's because unfortunately at the moment, the developers have to manually trigger the events to begin. But they are working on a system to allow players to trigger it themselves. That way players can start it organically and it can feel more a part of the universe. So unfortunately right now, the best way to find out if the event's going on right now is to pop into a Discord like Armco and find out if people are talking about it. Otherwise, you can hop into the verse and take a look at the contracts manager to see if any of the event missions have started. If it has, you might get a CDF mission popping up on your screen with a voice explaining that there's a lockdown happening, Or you might also see a mission that says that the station in question, the one that's being locked down, requires medical supplies.
You with the Nine Tails fleet coordinates. I need you to head there and clear out the hostiles responsible for powering the quantum dampener. We take them out, and the blockade will be over.
If you're looking to do cargo running and make money that way, you can accept this mission, and every bit of medical supplies you're able to get to that station, you're going to get a premium for. So this is the time to really bring up your wallet a bit. Getting your hands on medical supplies, though, is a bit of a difficult task in 314. They're only available in certain locations. You'll most likely find them in places like major ports such as Port Alisar and Orison. Other major cities, though, will also have them in better supply. If you're looking to buy medical supplies, though, you're going to want to find the trade and development centers, which will be located usually in the center of the city. Here on Orison, for example, it's located directly across from the green circle where you spawn in this Stratus building. Once inside, find one of the trading terminals, go to the buy menu, and then select the ship that you want to deliver your medical supplies to for this mission. That cargo will then appear inside of your ship's cargo. Now, unfortunately, you may discover that there's only a few SCU at your location. Don't worry, you're still going to make money as long as you deliver this small amount to the station that requires the supplies, as they're going to be paying you a delivery fee as part of the mission. If there are no medical supplies available, you also have another option, which is to go and find some wrecks around the scanning sites when the event begins. You'll have to EVA out there and grab them either with your tractor beam tool or by hand and throw them into a ship capable of carrying cargo. Be advised, though, that if you do go this route, you're going to want to pack some heat, because there will be some Nine Tails pirates on board these wrecks that you'll need to fight, just like in the Xenothreat mission before it. Personally, I find this part of the mission to be a hell of a lot of fun. I love doing boarding action, and I hope we get more stuff like this going into the future with other events. But if playing the part of being a logistics officer is not something that quite strikes your fancy, you can always just go straight into combat by finding the blockade via your Mobiglass map system. Once you arrive to that location, you'll be offered the contract to defend the station. Make sure you also accept the Call to Arms mission in your Mercenary tab so you get a little bit of extra money for every kill you score. However, if you are a pirate and your reputation is not good with the security forces in the Stanton system, you'll be instead offered a mission set to go attack the station, where you'll gain reputation with the Nine Tails gang, and eventually that's going to lead to something a bit more in the future, like skins and ships. So it's definitely something worth trying out if you're the type of person who likes to play the pirate in the verse. But reputation is something you're going to receive no matter which side you choose, and this is something new to Star Citizen. Reputation is going to be a big part of the way you measure progression in the game. The more you get, the more things you unlock to be able to purchase or earn. For example, in the Xenothreat missions, you're going to be able to gain reputation to the point where you're going to get a custom bespoke set of armor that can only be earned during this event. Aside from gaining reputation, money, and fun, it's also a great way to acquaint yourself with the brand new combat system in 314. Much has changed from what you might remember if the last time you played was in 313 or earlier. I went more into this in my 314 video, which you can also find on my channel. One other really important thing, though, you gotta know about this event is that the times it occurs per day over the weekend seems to be about 2 to 3 times. So if you do find out that it's happening via a Discord like I talked about earlier, or if you hop in and you see it, drop everything and play it, because it may be your last chance for quite some time. Personally, I feel like this is one of the biggest issues with this event, is that it just doesn't run enough, and I think this probably has to do with the way that servers have been responding to the events themselves. When we played the Nine Tails event this past weekend, in fact it was today as of making this video, we 30k'd 11 times within the span of 3 hours. That's not great. Thankfully, they are PTU patching throughout this week, and hopefully by the time the free fly starts, they'll have these issues resolved so that new players have a good experience with these events, because they are really fun if you're able to get in and not experience the problems that we did today. Overall, aside from the major problems we've experienced with the servers this weekend, I've been thoroughly impressed with the events themselves when they work. The AI have been greatly improved. They actually dodge and weave, try to get on your 6 and out of your field of view to try to get shots on you. They'll gang up on you, they'll fly in formation. They are incredibly impressive, when the server is working right. And that makes me very excited for when server performance is improved as they patch going into server meshing, hopefully early next year. So head on over to the Armco Discord today if you're looking for an amazing community to participate in events like these with going into the future. We'll be running them every single weekend for as long as they exist, and so I look forward to seeing you there, and of course, as always, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. See you in the verse.